Hey, hello, old farts. I hope you can hear me okay. Can somebody put in the chat if you can hear us and see us okay? Uh, as you can see, we're in a very noisy place. I'm just hoping that you can hear us okay and see us okay. Um, we're sponsored today by Pilot Institute. Yay, Pilot Institute. We're in their booth at the commercial UAV show, commercial UAV Expo, and we'd like to get as many people in here to say hello. We have kind of a list of drone celebrities all over the place here, and we'd love to see you all. Can you hear us okay? I see TJ and Joe Fodolio have chopped in there. I see Johnny Drone Flyer. Johnny, can you hear us okay? I'm just kind of concerned because I'm using a setup that I've never used before. So I'm a little concerned here. So hear you fine, hear you live, hear you fine. Joe Fodolio says he can hear us fine. Good. Tom, try that microphone.
Hey everyone, welcome to Commercial UAV Expo in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, real good. I'm thrilled that we're able to do this, but this is just a thrill to be here. And I have to say I'm very fortunate that I live in the convention center of the universe here, and we can hear. He says Tom's not clear now. Tom's on the remote mic there. Yeah, yeah, it's noisy in here. It's very noisy in here. Dre, I don't know why you're not here. This is like right up your alley here. We have seen more huge drones than I've ever seen in my life.
Dre's got to worry about his bank account.
He's probably got jobs to do today. So as you can see, my co-host today is Tom Dowling. Tom is, former fire department of New York City special captain, wasn't it, or chief,
I
or
was deputy chief in the New York City Fire Department, deputy chief information officer.
yep,
What was nice today was I got to see Captain Mike Leo is here from the New York City Fire Department. He's actually getting an award today from drone responders for public safety. He's been cited numerous times to have this. It was great to see him today. But there's so much here today. There's so much great stuff. I mean, I'm overwhelmed by the size of some of these drones.
oh,
I mean, and the endurances of it. There's a drone we just spotted a little while ago that has an 80-hour loiter time on it. It's just amazing.
it'll hang for 80 hours.
80 hours in the sky.
Oh my gosh!
It's VTOL, fixed wing VTOL. It'll be up there. So that's something that would be used for long-term monitoring. But there's a whole section of ag drones here. There's a whole section of public safety. The mapping section is huge here.
Yeah.
So basically, anything you can think of on the commercial side is here at this show. That's why it's a great show.
It is, I mean, there's not a lot of hobbyist activity going on here. Nothing, for the drone hobbyist to see. But I have to tell you, looking at some of these innovations in commercial drones, I'm sure those are coming to the hobbyist drones in a short time. And there was also some news today on remote ID. Vic Moss, who will join us a bit later here, has posted that David Bolcher from the FAA said within a couple of days we will have a formal announcement. So I'm shocked. I really believe the formal announcement.
It could come any day, including the 16th.
including
Okay.
yeah,
So stay
yeah.
tuned.
So we don't know what's going to come here, but they will have a formal announcement out of the FAA's mouth. Okay, the formal announcement will be a couple of days. That's what the word was back there. So anyway, I'm thrilled to be here. Tom, tell us what did you find to be the most interesting thing here?
I did.
You know,
I was looking at
oh,
some of the systems and the aftermarket systems. A lot of software development here. There's a lot of drone interaction as far as collaboration goes, meaning drones being able to speak to other drones. Okay, so that I found very very interesting. And I think another big one here is deconfliction services. So so being able to see other drones in the sky and those drones. Yeah. So I'm going to switch over to this mic right now.
okay.
Okay. So we're having a little technical difficulty.
Is that better?
But hopefully you guys can hear me a lot better now. If you can, just throw it in the chat there.
Okay.
Okay.
This mic is on.
But what I'm saying was one of the things I found very interesting here was deconfliction services, meaning other drones, you can see other drones in the sky. So
Uh-huh.
that's really important, especially on the public safety side.
Better?
When you're flying with, a situation, a public safety situation, and of course the news media is going to want to be flying close by as well. Now, the one thing we never want to do is have a drone go up during a public safety incident because it could potentially ground manned aviation and unmanned aviation on the public safety side, which could impact the ability to rescue people. So we don't want to do that. So seeing these deconfliction services here, which would allow public safety to fly and allow the news media to capture the scene too, I thought was pretty great.
Okay. So Tom, I understand some people are saying that we can't hear you still, and I mean I gave you my microphone. Can you hear me? I need some feedback here, everybody. If you can hear this, or can you hear me? I know Don is listening. Don is listening on that. I know that's delayed. Yeah, there's about a 10-second delay between here and what's on YouTube. So,
The question is, can you hear both mics?
can you hear both microphones or no? We're waiting for an answer here, folks.
Because guys, I'm just a technical placeholder here. Okay? I'm ready to get the real talent. Once
Yes.
Bob cuts me loose.
Well, no, we wanna get a bunch more.
Still can't hear this mic.
I don't know. And this was the mic that we try this one.
So now, guys, can you hear me?
Can you hear Tom? Yes.
So we gotta wait a few seconds.
Few seconds. We're gonna see. Okay. Yes, you can. Okay. Okay. Maybe we just go back to one mic. Okay. We'll go to one microphone then if that's not working. Okay.
I'm getting the stink eye from Ken.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay. We'll figure this out.
we're working it out right now. We're trying to figure things out. But you know what? With that, I think it's probably a good time to go introduce one of your
Mr. Dono? Yes? Okay. Here's our next guest. Okay. We got, somebody we all know who has been a fixture in our drone community here. And he's currently working today for Pilot Institute, our sponsor of the show today. Mr. Ken Dono. Hi, Ken. Say hello to the old farts. Yes.
I'm losing my voice.
And he's using his own microphone handle here, you know, that I did purchase. You know, I paid money for it. People were saying they were having a hard time hearing us.
Are you not talking loud enough?
Oh, I think I'm talking loud enough.
I guess you don't need it.
Now I don't know why. I
see
see audio working there really strong. I don't know if it's, you know, it
do you
says
have earbuds connected?
I have.
Yeah, take your earbuds off.
You think that might be?
Yeah, that may be the problem. And let's also just double check your microphone. Let's go to your settings. We're gonna go to audio.
Okay.
See, it's going to your headset. So you want to turn on.
Okay.
When Bob talks, I can hear him clear. When anybody else
Okay.
talks,
All right, there we go. Can you guys hear me now? So Bob had it set to where it was going
You're
to his
good
headset.
now.
There we
Okay.
go.
Oh, okay.
So part of being an old fart is
learning technology.
navigating the technology. So now you can go ahead and put your pop filter on, so people aren't spitting all over your mic.
Now it's recording because the red light's on, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to use all the recording, so.
Yeah. No.
All right, there we go. There we go.
You know, producer Ken in the house. Yes. Flying fan. So Ken, what are you finding exciting at this meeting here? At this meetup?
I mean, there's a lot of different new applications for LiDAR for mapping.
Yeah.
It's very, very industrial based. They're saying they got nothing. Let's see what's going on here.
Nothing.
All right, 1 second, guys. Let's see what's going on with Bob's audio here.
Oh.
iPhone microphone is showing still.
We're showing a signal. That's why I said I thought the other microphone was.
All right,
this
testing
microphone.
1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. I don't know. Let's cancel out of that.
Okay.
It says I'm a little muffled.
Okay. Try taking the
I've never.
screen off.
I don't know. How's that? You probably have to adjust your audio gains on this a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. This is brand new. This is my first time using a DJI microphone and connecting it into the phone and using it on StreamYard. So I tried it in my bedroom, but it worked wonderful there.
It's hard on the show floor.
Different.
Well, the problem is there's a lot of electronics running right now. We have Wi-Fi from all these different drones, different radio frequencies. So it's going to affect the quality of this to there, unfortunately, because we're in the show floors.
Okay. Well, just listen hard, okay, folks? Well, let's see what, we're going to do the best we can. Sound is back. Send it back. Okay. Thanks, Jerry. I can't do that. Anyway, what else did you find here? Is there something here that you have to buy?
No, there's nothing here that I have to buy at all.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't do I don't do mapping. I don't do any of this more intricate commercial type of work.
Yeah.
I'm solely media generation, so for me, there's nothing here that I have to have.
Nothing that a real estate videographer would be dying to have here.
Yeah. No, I'm only here for basically
the freebies.
No, I'm here for the booze, the dinners, and the camaraderie.
Yeah, that's right. Good. That's great. So listen, if there's anybody got any questions for Ken Dono here, or if you want to talk to Greg from Pilot Institute here, we can. We'd be certainly happy to answer any questions anybody have. But we definitely want to hear what's going on. So we have heard some rumors, right, Greg, about remote ID today.
Here,
Yes.
Let me get Greg in here.
Okay. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks,
All right. Let's solve the mystery. Okay.
Yep.
Pronounce your last name for us.
That's a good one. Reverdio.
Reverdio.
Yeah.
Reverdio.
Yep. That's it.
Not
That's simple.
Liverdu.
No, the IAU is what gets people confused.
Yes.
AU is O in French.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Reverdio.
Yep,
Okay. I hope you all can hear us. I know some people were saying they were having problems hearing, but we're definitely. So, Greg, what do you think was impressive at this show? What do you see that people should be looking at?
Quite frankly, the number of people at this show today is pretty impressive. So we've done. I've been doing these shows for a long time. This is my third year coming here, and then we did the Denver show with AUVSI. This is the best show so far this year that we've had.
Wow.
A lot of different people, a lot of people that are in the industry, I think. And then AUVSI was very international. This is a lot more American based, which I think is great. And yeah, just a ton. We've seen a ton of students, probably about 50 students already. Since last night
and they all want to take a picture with you.
Yeah, I still gotta get used to it. I'm still the same, normal person, and everybody wants to do a picture, so I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great. There's a lot of different manufacturers here. So every time I come to one of these shows, I realize how many people are in the UAS industry doing a variety of different things. And
it's fascinating.
Well, yeah, you always think about like the DJI and Autel and Skyview and Parrot and everything, right? But there's so much more than just 4 or 5 manufacturers that we hear about all the time.
I'm fascinated.
Yeah, there's companies that do payloads. There's a company that does electronics. There's companies that do software. There's just so many different facets of this industry, which is really cool. So we always love. We partner with the folks at Zeph here. They have a simulator that we use.
Yeah.
It's not like the DJI Sim. It's not really for FPV. It's more for teaching NIST, for example. So we have one of their software here with a controller, and you can fly the NIST lanes and learn how to do that right here from the book. So yeah, all these things I think makes this just such an amazing show.
I'm really fascinated by what you said, by so many different manufacturers.
Yeah.
I had no idea there was this many. I mean, there's rows and rows of booths, and each one of them are showing a different drone.
Yep, absolutely.
And they look the same.
Yeah.
But they're giant.
Yeah, big
they're
drones.
They're monster here.
A lot of big drones.
Yes. Yep. So what do you see the industry going to here now? Is this? Do you think DJI is going to be outlawed in the United States?
I don't think so. I think the implications of that are way too big. When you see the influence that they have on the whole industry.
And it's not just us consumers.
No, you're right. So the consumer goes into the enterprise eventually, and they might continue to push to get them banned from public safety. But as far as the consumer, I think we're past that. I'm not saying that somebody isn't going to keep trying, but I think the pushback from the industry is going to be big enough that it's not going to happen. So, and we're keeping an eye on all this. We're part of the DAA, the Drone Advocacy Alliance. And,
Tell us about that.
So it's a group that put together information for people when they want to know what's going on at the higher level, at the Washington level, I call it. Right. So when somebody comes up with a new bill or a proposed bill, and they're trying to ban something somewhere, then we're going to find out about it, and we're going to push it to our followers and to your followers and to everybody else out there, so they know. We're not trying to influence everybody's decision. We're just trying to give them information about what is the bill. If you're okay with it, then fine, support it, and if you're not, then go and oppose it. So.
Well, David McGoldrick here from DJI, he may stop by the booth here in a little bit, but I know he's been one of the key people to getting that moving, and I know he was telling me yesterday about he was very happy that you were going to be a participant in this. And is there something that our fellow old farts here can do? Can we donate? Can we organize any way to help this effort?
Yeah, what you can donate is your voice. That's the biggest thing. So your opinion, and go on the DAA website, and then it's droneadvocacy.org. And then Alliance.org. Yes, it's a long one.
Okay, DAA.org, Drone Advocacy Alliance. .org.
And then there you'll see all the different bills that are being proposed at the moment. And you'll be able to see and read the details about it. But not only that, you'll be able to contact the people that are in charge of the bill right there, and that message
Right.
is going to go directly to the people in charge of the bill, which is
Right.
always a difficulty, right? Because you see all these bills online, you don't know who put it on, who's supporting it, and who you need to talk to
Right.
get it opposed, and or to agree with it. And so the website does that. It sends a message directly to the people
Excellent.
in charge.
I know I have been an advocate to ask people to find out who your lawmakers are. I mean, and I know that you can go to openstates.org and type in your zip code,
Yep.
and it will feed back to you the address, phone number, and email address of all of your, not just your federal representatives, your state representatives, your local and county representatives,
Yep.
and those are just as important, you know, I mean, on this local level, to let people know that, you know, this, you know, because a lot of states are trying to say, if the federal government is putting this list of drones out, we're going to follow that same list, you know, no matter what. And
Yep.
it's not the case.
Not always a good idea.
No.
Not always a good idea. And make sure that when you contact these people, make sure that you stay polite. Of course, I know some people don't, but that message is not going anywhere if you're not being polite. And just provide them with the information and the facts, and hopefully they'll make a good decision.
Yeah. Good. So I guess we're still having a little bit of mic problems here. Is that right here? Somebody just said this is working. Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about the RID survey?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Tell us about the survey. You know I participated, and I also posted it on Old Farts with Drones
Yes,
that
thank you.
asked everyone to participate
Yeah,
there.
we got over 2,000 people, and thank you for doing that. And everybody that answered, we got a lot of good data. We shared the data last week, so on Thursday of last week, I sent the data to the FAA, made an open letter, and then yesterday we posted a video explaining all the results. I shared the data as well on various groups. And so the bottom line is we're not ready for it. We're not ready for remote ID. I think the FAA has known, quite frankly, for a while that we're not ready. I don't think anybody has provided concrete data, which we did, thanks to all of you. And now we're waiting. So this morning there was an announcement that they will be delaying enforcement. We don't know exactly. There's two different possibilities at this stage. It could be that they're delaying enforcement, which would be the easiest because the FAA is capable of doing that themselves without really asking anybody else's approval.
Okay.
Or they could be changing the actual regulation, which would take a little bit longer, but would be more impactful, for instance. So
Okay.
we're still waiting to hear the method that they're going to be using, but it sounds like it will be delayed one way or another. It's not going to get canceled. I can almost guarantee you that.
Okay, we don't have to
No,
cancel those remote ID module orders.
Well, so the question is now, if we have more time, how much more time do we have? Does that give the opportunity for somebody else to step into the market with a cheaper module, which I'm really hoping?
Yes.
Is it likely? I don't know. I'm an optimist, so I'm going to say yes, I hope. But
Yeah.
we'll find out. But yeah, so it's for now. There is a delay coming. We don't know yet the details, how long it's going to be, when the enforcement is going to be in. But we'll definitely keep you posted.
Good. So, what was on the results? I know the questions in your survey was one of the questions was, are you going to ignore remote ID? How many responses were there?
There was about 15% when you put it together. About 15% of the population said they were going to comply. Completely ignore it, voluntarily ignore it. Of those that wanted to have a module, about half of them said that they cannot comply even if they wanted to, because the module is not available, it's delayed, or because DJI is going to do an update in December,
Right.
which means that between now and December they won't be able to comply anyway. So they'll
Right.
be forced into non-compliance. That's what I called it in the survey.
Yeah.
And so forced into non-compliance would take about half of the people that said they need a module would be forced into non-compliance, and then the other half basically said, I haven't bought one yet, it's too expensive.
Yeah. It just seems like, you know, if there was a $50 module,
Yes.
you know, I mean, and I understand Holy Stone said they were coming out with a $50 module.
Well,
you know,
well,
but
wait.
nobody has seen this such thing, you know.
No.
And you know, but I do think $200 is way overpriced
Oh, yeah.
for, especially for a hobbyist.
Yeah.
You know, to have to you know, if they spent $400 on a drone
Yep.
2 years ago,
Yep.
and now they're gonna have to spend $200 to fly it.
Oh, it's nuts. Like
You know,
we have 28 drones in our office that are registered with the FAA. We have 5 of them that are compliant with remote ID, that's being standard remote ID, which means that the rest of them, 23 of them, we need to have a module. Because we fly under Part 17, we would need a module for each of them. 23 times 200. We
Yeah.
would be spending almost $5,000 on modules.
so the module is hooked to your 107 ID number.
To the registration, so you would go on the FAA drone zone for that specific drone, you would edit it, and then it's asking you for remote ID number, serial number. You would put the serial number of the module right there.
Right.
And you click save, and then
But that's for every single drone
Under
if you're 107.
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
Yes. And then if you're recreational, you would just go into your listing of drones, and you would list a module in there, and that's the module that you can use for any of your drones recreational. So you only need one if you're recreational, but if you're 107, you need one for each drone. That is not standard remote ID.
okay. Well, good. So while I got Greg sitting next to me here, I want to give him an opportunity to tell you why you want a 107 and why you want to do that with Pilot Institute. Okay? I know the majority of people who have a 107 have used Pilot Institute and have done a successful, you know, testing. Their testing percentage is off the hook here. Nearly everybody that signs up gets their 107 certificate. Right now, let me know. Um, okay, I had a phone call come in on this phone, and I don't know if that totally wrecked
Yeah,
it.
it does. It did. Huh?
You're good
Yeah.
now.
Okay, we're good now. Is that saying we're good now? Okay, so I'm going to ask the question again. Why Pilot Institute?
So primarily because we want to make sure that you're going to know the knowledge. You're going to be a proficient pilot when you fly your drone. Getting 70 on the exam should not be the goal. Knowing
No.
something should be the goal. Being a proficient pilot that can fly safely, understanding airspace and all these things. Getting, even if you get 70 on the exam, but at least you studied and you understand. You could be a bad test taker, that's fine.
Yes.
But at least you seek for the knowledge and you get it done. So
Right.
that's what I've always done. That's the way that I believe pilots need to be trained. A drone pilot is a pilot, and they're going to be sharing the airspace. So I want to make sure people know how to do that. I fly airplanes as well. I want to make sure people that are flying around me are flying safely because I'm sitting in an airplane.
Right.
As I fly, so
Yes.
it's important.
I know after I took my 107, it was totally different sitting on a runway at the airport.
Yes.
You know, I understood what those markings on the runway meant, and I understood the runway number we were on, what that meant. You know, this is the angle that it's pointing. You know, and it was definitely interesting. And of course, some planes let you listen to the pilot,
Yes.
kind of thing. And I had a much deeper understanding of what they were talking about,
You bet.
after I had gone through the 107 myself,
Yep.
kind of thing. So that is wonderful. I sure appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you giving me the space to host this show today. We are, we're going to continue to do a variety of interesting things. We have an editing contest kind of thing coming up where Roger in Switzerland is filming around Lake Zurich in the Alps.
Wow.
And then he was going to make that footage available, and we want to see how you color correct that footage. And so we're gonna give that same piece of footage out to multiple people
that's a great idea.
to edit, and then have them not just edit it and show us the finished product, but we want them to screen capture their screen as they edit it, so we can understand how they do
What
it.
they did. Oh, that's
You know,
cool.
I know I do it different than you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you probably do it different than Don does it. And so we can all learn from each other. That's the idea there.
Yep.
So good.
Well,
Greg,
thank you.
thank you so much
You're
for
very
being
welcome.
here. I really appreciate you
You're very
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Okay. All right. So our next guest is somebody who's been on our show before, who's a favorite of our show. Let me put it that way. This is KC Seelock.
Is this thing on?
Yes, this is on. I guess we're working here now. This is Casey is the lead pilot for Sky Elements, one of the, I think, the largest drone show company in the United States. I think they're doing more drone shows than anyone else in the United States is. They are spectacular. And the way that I found KC is I started crying when I saw the Stanley Cup in drones above our hockey stadium, the T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, at our Stanley Cup celebration. Of course, it's been an emotional hockey season here. And so I reached out and I said, who did this? I want to know. And Casey answered, and his company here, Sky Elements, was responsible for the celebration drone show. But then we've since seen multiple shows. So Casey, say hello to all of our old farts out here.
Hey, old farts. Glad to see you guys again, and
Yes.
happy to be here. Knew I was coming out to Vegas and reached out to Bob and said, "Oh man, we gotta hang out a little bit and see
Yes.
each other." So definitely
Our beards are about the same.
Seriously?
We're seriously
Yours is a little
about
whiter than mine.
a little
I'm working
whiter,
on it. I'm
yeah,
working
but about the same length though. I don't know.
But yeah, one of multiple pilots we have at Sky Elements, and it's a big team. And as Bob said, I mean, we're putting on. I saw an estimate that we're doing between 50 and 60% of the shows here in the U.S. right now. So keeps us on the road. I'm actually here in Vegas on some time off. Had to come hang out and see some drone folks and meet up with friends and say hi and have a good time. And we're checking out all the amazing vendors out here, all the equipment, new gear, old gear, new ideas, and a couple of really neat keynotes as well. So really enjoying being out here. And as far as making Bob cry, sorry, not sorry. It was a great show, and we love being out here in Vegas. Doing shows in Vegas is amazing.
I don't know if it was, the emotion of winning the Stanley Cup. And, I've been like consumed by drones over the last 4 years.
Absolutely.
And then to see it come together.
Right.
I mean, I think that was the emotional moment that, I just couldn't control myself at that moment. But they did, if you haven't seen it, it is online and you can watch this show, but it was a Stanley Cup spinning on top of the T-Mobile Arena and then it went dark for just a moment, and it came back as the Golden Knights logo, and then rotated around the arena.
Yep.
It was crazy.
I say props to our creative team. We have an entire in-house creative team that just works on that kind of stuff. And when the Golden Knights reached out to us, it was just such a quick turnaround because we weren't sure how many games the series was going to go, or where we were going to be, or if we could get airspace approved that quickly, for where we had to fly.
Because that's a mile from the airport.
Yep. In zero grid. So being able to get up there and make it happen, we were just thrilled to be a part of it, and to make the city so excited. And I mean, even from special shows like that to just our normal average show. I mean, I'm as excited as a little 12-year-old every time I see hundreds of drones chase each other through the sky. So it's a blast, and we'll have a couple shows here in Vegas here before too long. We'll have you out to a live show so you can see it.
I would love it
from ground zero. It's a whole different experience.
Yeah, I would love to sit behind the monitor that's mapping this. You know, the 3D technology that's going into sending this drone, this signal to do this, and light up this color at this moment. And I got to tell you, there's so many thousands of things happening at the same time.
Absolutely.
And one minor little thing could make the whole thing come down.
It's true.
You know,
it's true.
So it is an exciting situation. I really do.
And if you promise to be good, I might even let you blink the entire fleet at once. You can click the button and make them all flash. It'll be great.
That would be the drone fart flash. Okay. Wow.
I think we get arrested for that today. So, well, always a pleasure. And, love seeing you, and happy to be able to see you in person, Bob.
Seeing you in person too.
For sure.
We recorded a show once. We did it live once. We just had a wonderful time. So thank you so much. 100%. I appreciate it.
Oh, love it.
All right.
Thanks so much, Bob.
All right,
see you
Casey.
Soon.
Thank
Take
you.
it easy, buddy.
All right. So
bye, guys.
Thanks. We got more guests, folks. We are loaded up here. This is like Drone Celebrity Week in Las Vegas. I have to tell you. So we have been just thrilled to be able to welcome so many people. This guy, all of you know this guy here. He has been kind of my mentor in the UAV world here. He's always offered me great advice, and I'm thrilled to introduce to the Old Fart group, Vic Moss.
That's quite the intro.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not wearing my Old Fart now. I do have a few. I didn't bring it. It's in my car. So
okay.
It's in my car, so I put it on. When I feel the need to wear a hat. And we're the same size almost.
Yeah. Wow. Normally we're not. I don't know if you've seen the picture I posted on Facebook yesterday, but we're definitely a different size.
Just slightly.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
So, tell me, what did you find the most interesting at this show?
You know, I've been so busy, I haven't really had a chance to walk around the show yet. But there's so many different manufacturers here. There's people here. There are great things to see and learn while you're here. But the main reason to come to something like this, especially if you're local here in Vegas, you get free floor passes, is just this.
Yes.
And Mark and KC.
Right.
I've got my wife with me. She's meeting people that I've talked about all this time. So it's just great to network and to put faces, put physical faces and physical. You can actually touch somebody or hug somebody. I'm a hugger. Who you know two-dimensionally, like right here. You've got that third dimension. You can just get to know people better. Here, this is your mic. You're the interviewer.
No. That's fine. So, we understand that there was some news this morning from the FAA, and but it wasn't definitive.
Okay, I'll take it back. Yes, it was announced that there is relief coming, and it's going to be something I think that everybody's going to be happy about. Outside of just a total get rid of remote ID, I think it's going to make people as happy as they can be without actually getting rid of it. There should be something coming up fairly soon. It could be as early as 2 days from now, but it is in the final stages. I know I've been told for the last 3 weeks, soon. And I've been telling people for the last 3 weeks, soon. But this time we really need it. Not we, because I'm not the FAA. I'm not wearing my FAA.
Right.
It is coming soon, and I think people are going to be happy.
So, as a hobbyist drone flyer, and what should I be worried about in the future? I mean, tell me.
What should you be worried about as a hobbyist?
You know, are they going to take away my drone?
No,
Am I going to?
Remote ID, when it does happen, it's going to be like every other FAA regulation. It's all FAA is an education and safety agency. They're not an enforcement agency. They're not a law agency or law enforcement agency. They're not here to take our drones away. I know a lot of people say that. A lot of people hate the FAA. It's not fair to the FAA. There's some great people that work there. People that fight for us daily in DC. They don't always win. We don't always win. That's how politics work, no matter what subject we're talking about.
Right.
But the FAA is going to be. And they even mentioned this actually in a law enforcement public agency webinar that was in Texas about 3 weeks ago. It's going to be, when it does happen, it's going to be a tiered enforcement type situation. Just like if you get caught flying on trust. The first thing is going to be, hey, did you know you had it? No, I didn't. Get your trust, okay? That's what they want everybody to fly safe. This is how you do it. Get your trust. That's very crucial. And then if you don't get it, then they see you again. It's like, okay, well, that's bad.
Yeah. Yes.
And then if you get it caught again, it's third strike, and then it gets even worse.
Okay.
But one thing about remote ID, it was not the FAA's baby. It was mandated by Congress. So yes, we can get mad at FAA all day long, but if you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at Congress, because they're the ones that said, "Hey, FAA, do this." The FAA had it ready to go, and then DHS, the FBI, got a hold of it and really screwed it.
Yes.
So, this is just a guess. I have absolutely zero inside information, but if I worked at the FAA, I wouldn't even want it.
No.
It's a headache and a half that was dropped in my lap. So I'm not apologizing. I'm not kissing up for the FAA.
No.
It's just like lots on the side.
So, what can the old farts do? What can we do as a group of senior citizens with the hobby of flying drones? What I've been telling people is find out who your lawmakers are and communicate. Write a letter, send them an email, even a phone call. I mean, if they get 300 phone calls tomorrow that says, we don't think you should ban DJI or have remote ID, then it might make a difference here.
It will.
It will make a difference. Yes, definitely.
And this was just announced today, by the way. Drone Advocacy Alliance is something that Bob and I have worked with. You guys talked about that.
Yep.
Just today, it started today. If you text the word drone to 50457, again, drone to 50457, it will take you to a link to register the Drone Advisory Alliance. It just started today.
Good.
They texted me that, and this is the first chance I've had to talk about it.
Okay.
So it's really kind of cool. But get involved, and it doesn't necessarily have to be congressional at this point. Keep an eye on your city councils.
Right.
They're notorious for that.
Your county commissioners. Yes.
The FAA put out a new fact sheet for state and local drone regulations, which is really great. It's got some good language in it. There should be a link in the old parts group, I believe. If not, you can put one in tomorrow, because I know you have it.
Yes, I will.
Yes,
but we're going to publicize this.
Yes, do publicize this, and we're going to certainly push it out at the DAA. And there are some things going on right now at the DAA that are kind of important. So text again, drone to 50457. And you can go and sign up for that. 50457.
50457.
And that automatically signs you up for DAA. And all you're doing is you're saying, okay, I'm going to get information. There's nothing, they're not taking your information to send it anywhere. That's all.
Yeah, they're not grabbing your phone number. They're not going to, send you an email every day or anything, But so 50457. Text the word drone, and you will get connected to the Drone Alliance.
Drone Advocacy Alliance.
Drone Advocacy Alliance.
It's hard to say.
I know. I'm going to have to get used to say Drone Advocacy Alliance, but we do need to do this. We need to make sure that our voice is heard, not just what some lobbyists who there's a lot of people in this room who are funding the effort to tell people that DJI is a bad company, that they're stealing your drone, they're stealing your data. And I have to tell you, I don't think that's the case.
You can have my data. If you want to see my pretty pictures, I'll give it to them. Absolutely.
Speaking of pretty pictures, tell us about last night.
Oh, last night. Last night was fun. We flew the Bellagio Fountain legally. When we had Mark with us.
Hi, Mark.
With us. Kenji Sugahara was with us.
Hi, Mark.
My wife was with us. We had all kinds of fun people with us. And we were able to fly the Strip. I have an operations over people waiver. And we got permission from the KLAS, Las Vegas Airport, to fly into Zero Grid. And then also I called Las Vegas Metro Police Department, the terrorism division, to let them know I was flying.
Yes.
And it worked out.
Did you file
great.
A Fusion report?
I filed what I call Fusion Watch, yep.
Fusion Watch report, yep.
And I called her just before we got up. She said, thank you very much. I wish every city did what you guys do here.
Yep.
It's just so quick and so easy, and we even had cops show up to watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
They were parked there on the street watching us. It was myself and Kenji was my VO. We were in our fancy little orange vests and wearing our fancy little headsets like my waiver requires.
Well, our city is a little different. We have this attractive street that everybody wants to fly.
It was fun.
And we are, the airport virtually is on the Strip. So it makes it extremely difficult. Unlike cities like Chicago or Houston, where you can put a drone up in the middle of downtown, Las Vegas is a little bit different than that. And, so it's possible, right, Vic? You can do it.
You do it right.
If you do it correct. Last night, I was with another one of our mutual friends, Cameron, who we've all gotten to know here. Cameron he's a huge photography person. HDR photography has been his forte for many years. And he recently got into drones, and he has figured out and understood, got his 107, learned how to make the connections like you did to get permission, and he's nobody special, so anybody can do it. I'm talking, I know, but anybody can do it. But last night we did a hyperlapse of drone points around the link, the giant Ferris wheel here in the middle of Las Vegas here. We did a hyperlapse around that link, and of course that moves. It takes a full rotation, takes 33 minutes for that thing to make a full rotation. It never stops. When you get on it, they open the door and you have to move on to it. It doesn't stop. And of course, I know a lot more about this because for the last 2 Christmases, we do Ride with Santa on the link.
Gee, who's Santa?
And I read Night Before Christmas and the Polar Express to children in a car, and then we celebrate when we get to the top, and then we come down and get another load of kids. It's a great time, really.
I hate heights. Even though I'm tall, I hate heights. I can't ride that, but I might have to do that with you.
Oh, that would be
fun. I may come to Vegas in Christmas. And
that would be wonderful.
Maybe. My wife got me on the zip line last night.
Oh, you did the zip line down the link?
Yes. Yeah. That was good.
You did.
I've done it. I've checked it off my list. I'm done. That's good.
Zip line, okay. What else about Las Vegas do you like?
Leaving. I'm sorry. I know Vegas is a pretty city.
That was a movie, Leaving Las
Leaving
Vegas.
Las Vegas. It's
Yes.
also a song. I like coming here for the conferences and stuff like that. It's not my cup of tea, but it's nice. There's great people here. I will tell you, I've not run into any sober person that's not nice. It's just not my cup of tea. But I get to meet people like you. But yeah, there's just it's beautiful to fly here. Beautiful sights. As a photographer, it's almost unbeatable.
Oh yeah.
It
Did you
doesn't
make
beat
it
my
out to
Rocky-
Red Rock?
No, I don't actually. I don't have time for that this time. It's almost as pretty as my Rocky Mountains in Denver,
Yes.
but different pretty.
Different. Yes.
But yeah, so I do like Vegas. I guess I give it a bad rap, but it is lots of pretty stuff here. Great people, absolutely great.
Oh, great. Well, I'll tell you, I had no idea I was going to live here. Absolutely. 49 years ago, I came here for 6 months.
You need to fix your clock. It's a lot more than 6 months at this point. You realize that, right?
Yes, I know. But now I have my oldest grandchild is 20 years old. So it happened. I'm here. This is it.
Yeah,
So
speaking of last night's flight,
yes,
I have to go. So we're going to be interviewed by the FAA in a good way.
good. They want to know.
We're going to talk about last
recap.
night, how we did it, and how we went about it illegally. Or legally, not illegally. That came out badly.
No.
Never in your senses in a preposition. They're going to talk about how to go about the permission. So when people do come here and do want to fly here, because it is one of the greatest places in the world to fly. It's just so beautiful here. But there's a lot of people. And so we did use my
And there's
operations
airplanes and
waiver.
helicopters.
Yep. So we did get a chance to do that. But I have to get going. It was an
I
honor
appreciate
to be on
you making the
Make
time.
sure you do post the text to
I will.
50. See, I'm going to screw it up.
50457
50457. Text
50457.
Look you up in the DAA. It's just easier to say DAA than Drone Advocacy
Alliance.
That word. Yeah.
Drone
And
Advocacy
Alliance.
Alliance.
There it is. All right.
I'm going to practice
There
that.
you go. Everybody out there, fly safe, have fun. And fly
Thank
safe.
you,
I say
Vic.
that
Thank
twice.
you,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you, brother. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you all.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Good deal. Well, I think we may be wrapping up here. Mark, sit down.
Okay, I will.
Mark,
Hold on.
I haven't met Mark yet.
I haven't met you either.
Nice to meet you.
I've been following you though on
You
Facebook.
have?
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
following you on
good.
Facebook for a long
A
time.
fellow old fart?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, wait a
definitely.
minute here.
Okay.
We have some gifts for you.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you've been a fellow old fart, take that.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Well, let's see if there's any other fellow old farts out there.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm looking at you, thinking green or maroon.
Green.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, awesome.
There you go.
All right, we're ready.
All right.
Okay. Great. All right.
So, tell us, Mark, you're
Well,
working with the police association.
I am a retired Dallas police officer.
Okay.
I flew for the department for 30 years, helicopters.
Okay.
And I retired in 2020. And I stayed on the department as a reserve to help them get a drone unit started.
Uh-huh.
So we have a full-time team now. That's all they do is drones. There are five officers. We have a sergeant and 4 police officers and senior corporals who man them. And all they do is drone stuff.
Okay.
And it's really neat. Our guys have become experts at flying indoors. So they go on, SWAT type work situations. They work with our fugitive unit and our narcotics unit, and also do a lot of work with Homeland Security. Because Homeland Security, they can't use DJI.
Right, of course, yeah.
They all they have are those little small locations.
Yes, we understand.
They're terrible. I mean, you hear that thing coming a mile away.
Yeah.
So when they have, and they're doing all the child exploitation stuff. So when they have words that they need to run, they call us.
Of course.
So we go out and we help them out quite a bit. So,
And if there's runners, you find easily, quickly turn on a thermal camera and pinpoint the runner.
Exactly.
So I flew for the Metro Police Department here.
Oh, you did?
They've now they have a drone department here also, but their Metro Police Department Foundation, it's called. They built what's called the reality-based training facility, and it's about 200 feet from the runway of Nellis Air Force Base.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they wanted a drone video of the facility.
Okay.
So I had to go through the process,
Yeah.
and it took me a while. And of course, one of my requirements was I had to communicate with the tower at the Air Force Base.
Okay.
So I had to call the Nellis Tower and,
All right.
communicate with them, and 3 days ahead of time, and 30 minutes ahead of time, and then immediately when I landed, and I know that they held fighter jets from taking off
Okay.
for me.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's
You
nice.
know.
of them.
So yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, I understand the process here, and what are you finding is the biggest challenge in police departments?
I think mostly it's budgets. It's getting enough money to pay for the equipment that you need to start a program. And I just sat through one of the drone responder sessions over here, their DFR, Drone First Responder Program. And that's one of their things. They were saying, make sure that you fund the program properly before you even get started.
Yeah.
And it's hard. When you're first starting a program, it's very difficult to figure out what you need.
How much do I need?
How much do I need?
How much can I get?
Yeah, how much can I? And a lot of times you're not going to get what you ask for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
You're going to get, and that's why most of the police departments in the country use DJI products because they're reliable,
Yeah.
they're dependable, they have great optics,
Uh-huh.
and they have the range that you need, and really mostly it's the reliability.
Right, and the
And-
right price.
And at the right price. So that's why, I get kind of angry when people start talking about, the Chinese bands and all this other stuff. It's like, where was the Frank Wang in America when Frank Wang was doing his stuff?
Exactly.
It didn't happen.
Right.
And there were a lot of startup companies who tried to get into the business back in the early 2010s, somewhere around there. They couldn't get funded. They couldn't get funded because nobody took the drone seriously.
That this was going to be a
This was going to be a
tool.
big deal, right?
Yes.
Okay. I went to an Airborne Law Enforcement Association conference in 2012 out in Reno, and there was a father and son there that were selling a small quadcopter. It's called the Rotor Concepts, and I saw that thing and I just fell in love with it. I bought it right on the spot. I said, I got to have one of these.
Okay.
So it was just strictly an Arduino board, very, very basic little quadcopter. No GPS, nothing like that. So what I did is I put dowels and ping pong balls on the skids, so I wouldn't roll it over and crash it, right? And I flew that for about a year, and got to where, as a helicopter pilot, the hardest thing for me learning how to fly a drone at the beginning was taking it out there and bringing it back.
Yeah.
Because your controls are
Different,
right? Yeah,
not
they're
the same.
different,
Right.
So you got to get over that initial thing, and I finally did. And then in 2013, DJI came out with the F450 flame wheel.
Yeah.
With the nozzle-like controller, and it's I bought it on a Black Friday sale. Right?
Yeah.
Put the thing together. I used the Devo 7 controller that I had from that Rotor Concepts, and also the transmitter. Put that on this thing and started flying. And I've been flying drones ever since.
Yeah.
I realized back then. I said, this is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Just the utility of the whole thing, and then I put on that Rotor Concepts, I went ahead and put a little Hero 2 camera on it, and it just opened a whole new world.
New world.
New world. And I've been a helicopter pilot for I went through Army Flight School back in 1980, and I just saw the utility of this, and I see it as an augmentation for police departments. If you already have an existing aviation unit like we do, that's great.
Yeah.
You can afford that. But there's what 77,000 police, state, local, and state, local, and county police departments in the United States, and like 34 or 35,000 volunteer fire departments. Imagine if all of those departments start equipping. They can now afford an aviation.
Yes.
And get that perspective from the air.
Oh, it's so much value.
It's just so much value, especially for firefighters.
cameras.
Oh yeah.
So they can look at the backside of a building when
Yes.
it's on fire that they can't get to any other way.
Right.
And they get that situational awareness quick. And then if you use a thermal, get a thermal, a drone that's equipped with a thermal imager, that's like gold.
Yeah.
So they know
where the hotspots
where
are.
the hotspots are in the roof, so
Yes.
they don't block your function.
Yes.
Right? So just the whole benefits of the whole thing for public safety it's phenomenal.
So now, do you fly for fun?
I fly for fun. Yeah, basically my drones. I fly for fun.
What are you flying?
I've got a DJI FPV, which I love taking it to Colorado.
Okay.
And flying it up the mountains. Okay. Because it has a
Yes.
great range and all that.
Yeah.
I have an Air 2S, which
Okay.
I love for
I
just
love
the
mine.
camera.
Yeah.
And also have an Nevada.
Okay.
And I still have my DJI Phantom 3
A Phantom
that I
3.
bought in
Okay.
2017.
Yeah.
It has an N number on it.
Oh,
it
boy.
still has an N number
N
on
number, not an F number,
Yeah.
not an FA number.
No, it's
No,
got-
all mine are FA numbers,
Yeah,
of
this
course.
is an N number. It still has an N number on it.
Yeah.
I still have 2 good batteries for it. So
Yeah.
every once in a while I'll pull that out and have a
Yeah,
little
those batteries don't last forever.
No, they really don't.
I,
They don't last forever.
I've had to replace. Somebody gave me a Phantom 4 as a gift,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah, you probably
they've
have to
been
replace
sitting in a closet for 7 years,
Yeah.
and I couldn't get the batteries to charge at all.
You talk to anybody that does mapping, and they'll say that Phantom 4 is the best because of that mechanical shutter.
Mechanical shutter,
Instead
right.
of a rolling shutter.
Right.
They love that tool for that.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah.
it was sitting in my neighbor's closet.
Oh, really?
For 7 years. And he says, you got a drone at my house.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I said, you got to buy probably about $300 for batteries for it,
Yep.
and we can make it work. And he says, do you want it? And I said, sure, and he just gave it to me. So I was, it was my attraction there.
So let
thank
me
you.
put in
Thank
a real
you, Mark.
Let me put in a real plug real
Oh,
quick.
please.
I'm here representing Police Aviation News. I'm
Okay.
going to write an article for them about this whole thing. Police Aviation News is published by Brent Elliott he's in Waltham Abbey, England. Okay, just north of London.
Okay.
And he's a retired Metropolitan Police Bobby.
Okay.
Probably retired 30 years ago. He's an old fart like us.
Yes.
Okay. He's an even older fart than I am. And he's just always had a love for police aviation. So he covers police aviation and EMS and drones from all over the world. Anything's going on. And monthly, it's online. Police Aviation News. It's free.
Okay.
You can download it off his website, policeaviationnews.com.
Okay.
I think it's
Get you more in the picture here.
So I'm here, like I said, I'm here representing
Police Aviation
Police
News.
Aviation News.
So if you just Google that,
Yeah, just Google
Police
that.
Aviation
If you want
News.
to find
Okay.
out what's going on with police aviation in the world,
Because in our
He's
group
really-
we do have a large group of retired police officers, retired firefighters. I'm sure a lot of our group would be interested in that.
Definitely.
We definitely have a good group of retired first responders.
Brand is hooked up. He's got sources all over the world that send him information, and he puts it in this monthly newsletter, monthly magazine, basically. It's awesome. And so check it out.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mark,
So-
I'm so happy to meet you.
I'm happy to meet you too. That's what these things are all about.
Yeah.
It's meeting people, networking.
Getting to know each other, and it's more than just another face on the internet.
Right. I mean, it's kind of nice to walk around and look at all the new stuff, but stuff that I go to quite a few shows. I went to the Energy Drone Robotics show, and I went to the AUVSI Exponential in Denver.
Yes.
Yeah, which I got COVID after that.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I got COVID from that deal.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get it from
Yeah.
this one.
No.
But,
Let's hope so.
Yeah, let's hope so.
We've all had.
yeah,
I've
I
had
think
it.
we've
You've
all
had it, right?
I think
We've all had it.
Yeah. So it
Not
was
fun.
It was just like a bad sinus infection for me.
Yeah.
So luckily,
Nah, I had to stay in a room for a week. you know?
I had to
My
isolate.
wife brought me dinner.
I had to isolate in Colorado for 9 days because my wife said, "Don't come home and give it to me.
Don't,
Don't
yeah.
worry,
I saw some areas on that trip that I went to some places where I grew up in Colorado and I'd never been to before. So I went to quite a few places.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
through my FPV.
Yeah.
Oh, my,
that's
Air
good.
2S. So
Yes. Yeah. I just got I got the Avata goggle, or the Integra goggles.
Oh, you did? Okay. How do you
And
like it?
I love them. I'm flying the Mini 3 Pro with it.
Ooh, okay.
And
All right.
instead, I don't have an Avata yet, but I may. But
Well, for an extra, what, $649?
$549 refurb on DJI's site.
Yeah.
You know,
They just hook it up to it. I didn't think that I would like it at first. I didn't think I would like it. And when the Skydio 2 first came out,
Yes.
I ordered one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
waited 6 months to get it.
yes.
And I threw that thing up in the air, and I tried to run it into trees and power lines and all kinds of stuff. It's great because it will not hit it.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't for me. I didn't need, I'm an old fart. I don't need a follow me drone. Okay? So I took it to an AUVSI swap meet, Lone Star chapter. I'm a member of the Lone Star chapter in Texas. Took it to a swap meet, and there's another gentleman who walked in. He had an FPV, an extra FPV drone, and he looked at my Sky and he said, "Ooh, I'm a roofer. I need one of those." And I said, "Well, that's interesting because I want one of those." So it's funny. So we worked out a deal, and I'll tell you what, I've never seen a man come with 2 Cenoms out of his pocket so fast in his life. He wanted to make that deal right then and there, right? He was like, "I got to make this deal." And I'll tell you, I've been flying. And when I put, I used to fly helicopters, so I spent a lot of time in the simulator, like the Blackhawk simulator and the Huey simulator. And the simulator, the graphics in the simulator always make me kind of nauseous and sick. Boy, I put those things on, and it's like, wow, this is just incredible. And what I love about it is since the camera stays level, when you turn, the camera, it looks like you're turning. So for me, flying low level at 62 miles an hour in sport mode, it feels like I'm flying low level in a helicopter. Yeah. So I'm getting my, I'm getting my fix.
Your adrenaline.
I'm getting my helicopter fix with my drone. And the thing I love about it is, okay, so I hit something. Okay, I'll just dust myself off.
Yeah.
Down to Best Buy and buy another one, right? Yeah. So I love that FPV.
Oh, that's great. That is wonderful.
So,
well, thank you.
all right, well,
thank you, Mark.
It's good
All
meeting
right.
you.
I look forward to meeting you again and again.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Let's stay in touch.
Definitely.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
buddy. Enjoy it.
All
All right.
Okay.
You look good in the hat, though. You
Yeah,
really do.
totally, yeah.
So I got one more guest here.
Oh.
I want to bring in Don Hill. And
You're already 7 minutes over.
I don't care.
Hi,
Don,
Bob.
hey, Don. Don runs Las Vegas Henderson DronePilot.com, right?
And the Facebook group
And a Facebook group.
YouTube channel.
And he's one of my local heroes here. He has really been an advocate for making an easy to find, where all the rules are, easy to find and easy to get to. So he had on his site. So if you're visiting Las Vegas, if you go to
LVHDP.com.
Drone Pilot,
So LVH is Las Vegas Henderson. DP, DronePilot.com.
Okay. So what made you, what stimulated you to start that?
Well, I think that Las Vegas is a very unique area. Here's a trivia question for people. What city is the Las Vegas Strip in?
I know.
Obviously, people would think it's in Las Vegas. Well, no. If you look at the map, you see where North Las Vegas is. It's not there. You see where the city of Las Vegas is. It's not there. It's actually in an unincorporated county
In the Paradise Township.
which is an unincorporated city
Yes.
in the Las Vegas Valley. So the purpose of my website is for the local residents here, as well as anybody that's coming to visit Las Vegas, instead of having to spend your 2 weeks researching what the laws are for the federal, state, county, and whatever city or unincorporated area you're in. You can go to one place and find out all those rules and then fly legally. There's a lot of places you can go that may not be on the strip, but you can get great photography. So,
Where do you think is a really good spot if I'm a tourist coming to Las Vegas and I bring my drone? Where would I? What would you say would be the number one spot you should go fly your drone?
Well, everything from Lake Las Vegas to Red Rock to if you like to look at ground art, there's a lot of ground art here. There's Seven Magic Hills, and then of course we've got 4 of the 20 parks in Henderson you can fly at. There's technically 8 parks in Clark County you can fly at, but there are parks that have multiple parks that have the same name. So that number is
Hidden Valley and Hidden
like Silver Bowl. Is it the old Silver Bowl Park? Is it the new Silver Bowl Park? Because the website says you can fly at Silver Bowl Park.
Right. And there's 2 Silver Bowl parks. But
Right.
the Silver Bowl was our old football stadium. It still exists, and it still can function as a football stadium, but nobody plays there anymore. So the UNLV was able to play at the same stadium as the Raiders play at now. So it was
This little drone was a feature at CES a year ago, and it's a selfie drone. You can take the thing off and take a couple of selfies. It'll do an orbit around you and launch on your face.
Can we film this? Can we get it work?
Well, it takes a while to get the app up and everything.
Okay,
I'm
all
already
right.
running overtime.
Okay. Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
So, I really want to ask. Is what do you see what should change so people can fly legally and understand? I know that's one of your concerns. I know that's really one of your issues is that, there are so many wonderful places here and there's so many opportunities to break the law here. How do you see, what's the solution?
Well, I think with the news groups and having meetups, you find a lot of people that meet up that just aren't aware of what the rules are. And, they're more than willing to comply. Just like road ID, people are willing to comply if they know how to do it. And that's one of the things that I was really looking for at the expo. This is the second expo. I came last year and talked to the FAA at that time because I took my test in the morning and then I came in the evening on the opening day with my course completion, and so I have a double anniversary every time there's an expo. It's the anniversary of when I got my
your 107.
107.
Yeah.
And it's the anniversary of coming to the expo, which is a lot of fun. So what I was really looking for here at the expo this year is, the big question, remote ID. And so I went to the FAA booth, and it's like, we don't know. There might be something coming, but it's like every time you talk to them, it's just stand by to stand by. And it seems like Greg from Bell Institute, he's really pushing that by having a survey and saying this is what the community is doing. The community wants to comply, but they're not able to comply because of availability of the products. I've got a Vada and a Air 3. Air 3 doesn't have a document of compliance, but it's broadcasting remote ID. I have Vada, broadcast remote ID, and it's got a certificate of compliance, but you have to plug it into the phone, and if you launch it and unplug it from the phone, there's all kinds of, well, what if this, what if that? And there's a lot of people that answer questions in chat rooms and on Facebook and stuff like that, and you're not getting the
Clean information.
the real source. So on my website, Las Vegas and Henderson DronePilots.com, is where I really want to. I state what the law is, and I give you a reference to the actual, federal or state or county. It's listed as ordinance, so you know that it's not my opinion. All I can do is provide you the information. I can't give you comply to that. And Cameron Grant just walked up. We gotta get him in here.
Okay.
I yield the rest of my time to Cameron Grant.
Cameron. All right. Cameron.
Come on.
We're going to get Cameron in the hot seat. Last night, I had the opportunity to fly. This is Cameron Grant.
My mom sent money.
Thank you. Yes, happy birthday. Today is his birthday, his second birthday. And Cameron and I had quite an evening last night here. Cameron had authorization to fly around the link. The link is the large Ferris wheel in the high roller. The high roller, it's in the link. I see. The high roller is in the link. So Cameron was able to, they got the authorization from the FAA and the clearance and everything else to do a hyperlapse around the high roller last night. And I was his visual observer last night. And so I want to let me introduce him to the Old Fart community here. And he's another fellow Old Fart. He's a union stagehand. He's a phenomenal HDR photographer. And he's been just a great friend over the last few months here. So, Cameron, get this close.
My name's Cameron. I'm a professional landscape photographer based here in Las Vegas. I've been shooting for 15 years terrestrial. During that time, I've been up on every high-rise, radio tower, crane, boom lift, you name it. I love heights. And all during that time, I was dreaming about doing drone photography. And for the last 10 years, I've kept my finger pretty close to the pulse of the community as far as the optics goes. And when DJI bought Hasselblad a few years back, my ears really perked up. And it was last August, I read an article in Wired about the Mavic 3 Classic, and I went out the next week and bought it. And it's an amazing bird. I'm still brand new to this community. I'm so grateful living in Vegas to have met these guys, and I've got some amazing mentors and people who love me and believe in me and help me. I've only had my 107 for coming up on 5 months. So I'm a beginner. I don't know squat, and I'm learning more every day, and it's truly a blessing.
But he has been authorized to fly on the Strip in some of the most restricted airspace that exists. So, I mean, he's living proof that if you want to fly on the Strip, you can do it. You have to do it right,
With the 107.
With a 107, of course, yes.
Recreational pilots
Yes.
cannot fly.
You need to have a 107 to get an authorization in a zero grid zone. And again, Pilot Institute. We're here with Pilot. He's got his shirt on.
And my Old Farts hat.
And an Old Farts hat. What a combo. So we are definitely here. So Cameron, tell us about last night. We did this hyperlapse around the link. What went right, what went wrong, and how did the end result look?
The end result, they're coming out better every time. Again, I'm still a beginner, and I'm not a video guy, so I'm having to learn a lot of techniques and tricks with photography and videography that I'm learning them from scratch. I shot the Sphere over here the other night, and I was in full auto with my camera, and it was horrible. Every frame was a different exposure, different color temperature, different shutter speed, etc. Last night, I went into manual. I locked the white balance and I locked the shutter speed, but I let the ISO and the aperture
Yeah.
float. They were auto. and it came out really, really well, and I'm really happy. It's like anything else, guys. You just got to do it over and over. You can watch YouTube videos and read manuals and talk to experts, but you just got to get out there with your drone and charge them batteries up and just fly, man, and make the mistakes, right? I mean, there's no substitute for doing it. In regards to flying on the strip, which I get a lot of, I don't know how, I'm not an expert on flying on the strip. However, I'm currently at about 115 Lance-approved missions in zero grid, and it's tricky, and you have to play by the rules. There's several hoops you have to jump through. If you're a DJI pilot, you have to navigate the geofencing, the unlock, the restricted zones, and then the unlock codes being loaded up to your bird. And that can be very confusing for a lot of people who confuse that with the Lance approval, which is a whole different world, right?
Yes.
Right? You may have, like, when I started, I didn't even know about Lance. I'm on the DJI side. It's like, okay, you're good to fly. I'm flying all over the place with no Lance approval. That happened, and I did that, and I didn't get arrested, thank God. But there's some regulatory issues you have to navigate, and it can be challenging.
Good. Well, thank you, Cameron. Thank you. I appreciate you. I got one more guest.
Buy my record.
I have one more guest I want to bring in. David, you're in the hot seat here. Hi, David.
Hey, how are you?
All right. All right. I want to make sure I say it. David McGoldrick. David is with DJI. David works for their government relations department at DJI. And we've been hearing about this DAA, okay, this Drone
Advocacy Alliance. Drone
Advocacy Alliance. And we've heard about texting.
Yeah, actually, so the Drone Advocacy Alliance is a grassroots coalition made up of industry stakeholders that want an open, safe, and honest drone marketplace. And so the industry is coming together around this cause and hoping that end users, people that actually use the drones that would be impacted by policies at the state or federal level, that they can voice their opinions and contact their legislators to explain what they want to see out of drone policy. And one quick and easy thing you can do to get more information about that is to text the word drone to 50457, and you'll receive a link with a way to register and get more information about the Drone Advocacy Alliance.
Good. Is there any other method that we can help? I mean, as you know, we're hobbyists, old farts, we're senior citizens.
Young at heart,
saying
though,
this
right?
polite. What can we do? What else can we do to help? David is, with the government relations department for DJI, and so he is one of the people that is truly working on our behalf here. Hey, how are you, Dale? Hold on a second here. So tell us what can happen.
So other ways that you can, it's just to get engaged. If you at a town council meeting, if your area is considering drones as a first responder for police, go to that town council meeting, or send an email to your legislator, a town, state, federal officials, just introducing yourself, letting them know how you use your drones, why you use the drones you use, things like that. It's just, in the drone world, there's a lot of misinformation and more so a lack of understanding on how drones are used, and whether it's for fun or for industrial purposes or whatever it may be. Just explaining and telling people how you're actually using it can demystify how drones are used and make people a little less concerned about the Skynet or something, and
Yes.
more about the capabilities that these drones have and the impact that they have on society. And obviously with old farts, how you all come together, it's a community, and that's just one example of how they can be used. And just letting people know how they're used is important.
Good.
Good question from the
Okay. We got a question. Let's see. Is the Air 2 still getting an update? Okay, that's Andrew. You've chosen which drones are going to get remote ID on them, and I know this. I've heard this question often. The Air 2. Do you know?
So I am not a product specialist on this, but I can absolutely, if people wanted to email me, I'd be happy to put them in touch with the right people because I don't want to misrepresent anything here. So my email is David.
Put this a little
So
closer.
my email is david.mcgoldrick@dji.com. That's MCGOLDRICK. And you feel free to shoot me an email, and I'd be happy to get you connected with the right people to answer all of those questions.
Yeah, I think the,
Thank you.
The Air 3 is also an issue because it doesn't have a dock.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, like I said, please feel free to shoot me an email. I'll get you connected with the right people to get all that information. I don't want to misrepresent anything here, so
Okay.
probably the best way is to just send me an email, and I'll make that connection.
Oh, excellent, excellent. All right, Andrew. We'll find out for you. Okay, and please feel comfortable to send an email to David here, and we would definitely want to get you the information. I don't understand why the Air 2S does and the Air 2 doesn't, but I know that it's probably something that will get worked out here. I'm pretty positive of that. All right. Thank you, David.
Very nice to be on.
Oh man, I am so excited to have you here. To really, I know that not only, you know, me and you have had multiple conversations, but DJI has been. They have two representatives that are members of our group that monitor our group. So if you have a problem with a DJI product and you post it on our group on Old Farts with Drones, I'm almost positive you will get a response from a DJI representative will communicate with you and help you find a solution. It is really, it's been just a wonderful, I mean, we're finding that this positive public presence that you're making is really changing a lot of people's opinion, of course, about the evil DJI. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thanks, David. I have one more guest here that I'm going to have to get up to do here. I don't know if you want to. Can you change the? You want to change the camera there? This is Dale Hilton, who I'm have been on shows with many times.
How you doing, Bob?
I'm good, Dale, and Dale is of course, most of you know that I have been a dog advocate. I have been a super dog advocate here.
We're
how
trying.
much time, Tom?
We it's different on mine, Bob.
Okay.
Where's the switch to?
To switch the camera. Hold on here. Okay, hang
Trigger
on.
once, right?
Oh, we're okay right there. Just leave it right like that. That's good. So Dale, I've worked with a number of dog shelters, and I have two rescue dogs in my house. Tell us about your dog.
Well, this dog comes in about 30 pounds and doesn't leave any messes.
Really?
No blue bags to clean up after this one.
All right.
He dances a little bit. And,
Yes.
It's got cameras on the front, the two sides, and the back.
Uh-huh.
And
And look, he's an old fart. This is an old fart dog. Yes.
definitely an old cart. I thought you'd
Yes.
actually like that other sticker right there.
Remote ID is broken. And we've all seen Casey.
Yeah.
Yes. So what is this for?
Ultimately, we have this as a test case. We're trying to see what you can use it for. So, good ideas are like how to go in for if life safety hazard, public safety person, or you put a gas sensor on it, thermal sensors on it, you can send it anywhere you would want as a person.
Excellent. What's its name?
This is bolts.
Bolts?
Yeah, nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts.
Nuts is his partner, is a squirrel, he rides it, but I
Yeah.
nuts at home.
Okay. All right. Well, Yeah, we're getting them really good on the video there. Okay. Yeah, keep that down. Yeah. Oh, good. He's looking right at the camera. Yes. Dance. He can dance. Yes. All right. All right. Thank you, Dale.
Yeah, thank you, Bob.
Oh, it's so good to see you in
Nice to see you in
person.
person.
Yeah.
So just on the
You're a little square
live
on my screen, you know? You're a little square on my screen
Yep.
there. Like, that guy knows all about drones, you
Yeah.
know?
All right.
Oh, that's
Catch you later.
wonderful. It's Blue Sky Drone, Blue Skies Drones.
That's
And
great.
you're in the Seattle area, is
That's
that
correct.
right? And you're a retailer.
Yes.
You can
We
help
sell
people.
drones. We train. We teach people about them. That's what we like to do. Is go out and have fun and enjoy it. And people understand how drones are useful and more exciting.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
See y'all.
I'm going to sign out now. Thank you all. I know it's been a long show. We've had just a tremendous amount of interest, and there's all kinds of people here. Who's photobombing me here?
I'm so sorry. I just saw you and knew I had to come on the show.
Oh, good.
We're with Open Sky Drone Light Shows.
Yes. Oh, I know Open Sky. Yes.
Yep. We fly all
Yeah.
over the country, but a lot here in the Western U.S. Great to
Oh,
see you.
good deal, good deal, good deal. You know, more old farts here, you know?
Yeah, yes.
Young old farts, you know? We love it. All right. Well, great. Thank you, everyone. We will see you next week. We have a lot of creative ideas coming, and I really appreciate everybody that's spent their time, you know, watching our show today. Thank you all. Bye-bye now.